Michigan has a rich history of engaging and supporting parent leaders in early childhood systems like home visiting. Parents who received home visiting services have a chance to be a voice in the system through local leadership groups and the statewide parent leaders in home visiting parent group. Local leadership groups bring together home visiting professionals, community partners, and parents enrolled in home visiting to work together to build local coordinated home visiting systems. Parent leaders who serve on their local leadership groups are invited to join the statewide group as a space to learn and grow from parent leader peers. The group met 6 times per year in person in Lansing from 2014 to 2020. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the group began meeting online in 2020. In 2022, Michigan's Preschool Development Grant supported a storytelling study to understand the experience of parents who had been in the statewide group. 21 parents signed up to tell their story or to interview a peer. They talked about what it was like to be a parent leader. Parent leaders learn a lot about the early childhood system and how to be leaders in that system. Many parent leaders present at Michigan's Home Visiting Initiative Conference, where they share their stories with professionals.
I got to speak. Me, the father, we, and 3 other people, we got to sit on a panel at the conference and tell our story. We got to do it at least twice. And that was the amazingest thing I ever got to do. I was nervous, but we got through it.
The group is led by facilitators who help support many different people to tell their story and use their voice to help home visiting services get even better. Sometimes this can mean helping navigate conflict.
And they always made a point to say that we're going to listen, we're going to be respectful, we don't judge, there's no over talking, we're going to respect people, whatever their opinion is. And so they always made sure, the facilitators made sure that there was always a respect between us, and then you could feel like you could speak what your true opinion was on something.
Peer relationships are one of the most important parts of the group and make it worthwhile.
So that's what started and catapulted you to. What made you continue to thrive and go?
The relationships.
I have friends from all different years of doing this. I think that you bond together when you are hearing stories of all of our journeys, because we all had some hills to climb and some battles to fight. So I think that having those kind of relationships has been important.
Parent leaders get to work with peers from across the state and learn about different communities and cultures along the way.
Because even though we're all in Michigan, we're all Michiganders or whatever, the state is so variety of life. Like, we have the counties that are so rural that it's a whole different life almost in the same state compared to our Wayne County parents that are inner city and dealing with things that, like, what? And then Wayne County's like, what do you mean you don't have a bus line that runs through town?
So in the statewide parent leaders meetings, I love the fact of that it was diversity. We were able to come together and have different perspectives based off of our different communities.
There are benefits to both meeting in person and meeting online.
And what better way to make relationship except over meals, right? Like, everybody makes friendships over meals. So that was a good time to bond with the other parent leaders and actually get to know the other parents throughout the state.
Well, the benefits to virtual is the not having to travel or not really having to get dressed. I know I had to travel like an hour or so, but a lot of other parents have like 4-hour drive just to get to a meeting.
Participants grow a lot as they become parent leaders. Many take on new identities as leaders as they gain new skills and build confidence.
They were looking at us like experts, and we are experts as parents. We might not have that education as far as running a home visiting service, but we are experts with families, we are experts with our children, we are experts in how the system should run.
When parent leaders grow, they have an impact on their own families and their communities.
But yeah, just being that parent leader, and I knew that I wanted to be a leader for my children, and just being able to lead them and seeing the different things that was going on in the community, and that I could right some of those issues by just being that voice and stepping up. I didn't know that I was allowed to do that. Didn't know that was a thing.
And they have an impact on the early childhood system.
I mean, you can look at numbers, you can look at data, you can look at all of that stuff, but unless you actually have the parents and you're listening to their voices, because they're the ones that are in the trenches with the children, they're doing it day to day, they're the ones that are being able to pull these opportunities and implement them in their families. And unless they're being implemented as they're supposed to be, then they're just a bunch of paper. They're not doing any good. So by getting the involvement from the parents and knowing what's actually working and what's not working, I think that was what's good about having us in there.
The group brings together many voices, but more voices are still needed.
Everyone's voice should be heard, but think about all the counties that don't participate and the things that they have going on there or they don't have going on there. We need to hear those voices too. And the UP is a big area, and it's a shame that we can't grab more voices from there, whether it's like tribal voices or, we need to collect more.
And what I learned is how important it is for the minority community, especially for minority fathers, to be involved in the early childhood continuum.
We need your voice. We need your husband's voice to get more fathers in there. So you cannot. This is my plea. This is my plea, not my demand. But we need that voice. If that's your passion and it's not there, then that's a need in our system that you can possibly feel.
To learn more about parent leadership in Michigan's home visiting system, please visit www.michigan.gov/home visiting. For more information on your local leadership group, please visit the home visiting site and select the local leadership group link.